true water is eSpring. It is like you took water from the spring. Take care of your two main filters and it will take care of you.
And a very good evening to all our Amway business owners. Another exciting workshop from eSpring. This time round, we are going to do something different. Today's topic, health and wealth. Is it possible to have both? The answer is yes. With eSpring, you will be able to achieve both. Health on the healthy true water from eSpring that we drink and need every day. And wealth on the monetary returns when you retail the eSpring. We will also have the Learn and Win contest for everyone watching tonight's session. 5 exclusive gifts will be given out to the lucky winners. What are the questions and gifts? Sit back, don't go away, and stay tuned. And now for the moment we have been waiting for. We have invited a special guest to share with us his unique knowledge in eSpring and vast experience in retailing the eSpring. Need no further introduction. He is well known among us as a great motivator and leader. He is none other than Amway Executive Diamond, Dr. Ignatius.
Thank you, Noor, for the warm introduction. And today, thank you for joining us. And tonight, I'm going to be sharing a very exciting topic called water in health and disease. So if we look back in time, in the 18th to 19th century, most diseases was caused by germs. So we had the germ theory of disease. But today, diseases have changed. And the shift in disease pattern today, you can say most diseases today are caused by poor nutrition and environmental toxins. If you look at diseases today like heart disease, diabetes, and all the chronic diseases, these are due to poor nutrition and environmental toxins. I'm going to focus on 2 very important organs in our body. Let's call it our 2 filters. So what are the 2 filters in our body? If you have a car, you can change the filter. But our body, we can't change our filter. So these 2 main filters are our lungs, okay? Our lungs have an expiry period. If you consume and clog up your lungs, you can't change your lungs. But today I'm going to focus on another filter, which is our kidneys. Our kidney is another very important filter in our body. The human body at birth is almost 80% water. So whatever you drink has to be filtered, okay? But for an adult, we are about 70% water. So how does the kidney does its filtration function? The kidney is not one filter. It's actually a combination of about 1 million different filters called the nephron. The nephron is the smallest filtration unit in our kidney. That means an average person will have about 1 million nephrons. So a single nephron, as you can see in this illustration here, is capable of doing its filtration function. So you imagine you have 1 million micro filters in your kidney. Over time, these nephrons close shop. So as you age, and if you don't take care of yourself, your nephrons number will come down. And as the numbers come down, your kidney function will actually decline. So let's imagine when you are young, your kidney function is 100%. And this is when we are at optimal health. You know, you're full of energy, full of vitality. But the interesting thing about the kidney is that as the kidney function declines, you do not know that your kidney function is actually declining. So just imagine if you have poor lifestyle, you drink bad quality water and you abuse your body. Let's say your kidney function declines to 50%. But you know what? You will still feel perfectly all right because the kidney is a very efficient organ. Or let's put it in another way. Let's say today you went for an operation and accidentally the surgeon removed one kidney. Suppose remove your appendix, remove one kidney. You will wake up tomorrow perfectly fine, because even though they have removed one kidney, your other kidney is so efficient that you won't even know that you actually lost half your kidney or one part of your kidney. So, and this is the problem. The problem is that only when the kidney function declines to about 25%, that is when you start showing symptoms. That is when you start feeling unwell. So in effect, it's too late. So by the time you know you have a kidney problem, it's actually too late. And so what are the symptoms of kidney failure? Number one, your urine output will be reduced, okay? Because your kidney can't filter as much. And because it can't remove the fluid, there'll be water retention. So there'll be swelling in your legs and ankles. And then you may also have difficulty in breathing because there'll be water collecting in your lung. And then you'll be also feeling drowsy and very easily you'll fatigue. And another symptom that patients have is they feel always nauseous because the kidney detoxifies your body. So when toxic substances are in their blood, they feel nauseous, okay? And can also cause confusion. You know, when we work in emergency, a patient come with confusion, one of the things we have to eliminate is whether it is due to the kidney. Of course, if it gets worse, you can even have seizures and also go into coma, okay? So the kidney is a very, very important organ. So when someone goes into kidney failure, this is what their life will be. They have to go for dialysis because they have to use an external machine to clean and purify their blood. And they have to do it 3 times a week. So that means they have to go for dialysis, say Monday, Wednesday, and maybe Friday or Saturday. So for the rest of their life, they have to go on dialysis to maintain their life. If they don't go for dialysis, they will actually die. And this was an article that came out in the newspaper. It talks about more than 100,000 Malaysians to suffer kidney failure in the next 20 years. The government, the health ministry, already preparing for it. As of 2016, that was 5 years ago, there was almost 40,000 people on dialysis. So dialysis means they failed. But how about people who are 30% kidney failure, 40% kidney failure, or 50% kidney failure? That means the real number could go into hundreds of thousands. Okay? And just for knowledge, how much does dialysis cost in Malaysia? See, a lot of people do not realize, they just think, oh, dialysis, you know, it's a very expensive expenditure every month. The cost for one dialysis session can be as low as 80 ringgit or to high as 480 ringgit. So an average is about 169 ringgit per hemodialysis session. And you do that 3 times a week. So your cost per month can be about 2,500 to 3,000 ringgit, okay? If you go for another type of dialysis where they put a fluid into your abdomen called CAPD, that is about 2,000 ringgit a month. That means for the rest of their life, a kidney dialysis patient, a failure patient, has to spend about 2,000 to 3,000 ringgit a month. This is a tremendous expenditure and a stress on the family, okay? So stages of kidney disease, there's 5, okay? If you are stage 1, that means you are totally normal. Like remember I said optimal health, your kidney is like perfectly fine, okay? And they have an estimation you can measure when you do blood tests. Your GFR or glomerular filtration rate is more than 90. But when you go between 60 to 89, they say stage 2. There are a lot of people walking around, especially people with diabetes, high blood pressure. They will have stage 2 or 3A. So when we test their blood, we can see, and this is when we have to do something to them, help them with their chronic condition so that we can stop the progression of the kidney condition. Or not, they'll go into kidney failure. So when you go to stage 3B, stage 4 already, the doctor is preparing you for dialysis, okay? And stage 5 is kidney failure. And the quality of life is so diminished. You can't go for holidays, you can't go very far from your home because of where you go for dialysis. So this is something we need to educate people. And that is why I always ask people, your body is 70% water. What is the quality of water you drink? Because that is the quality your kidney has to filter. And then my million-dollar question is, will you let your family drink straight from the tap? There was a poll done by Malaysia Kini. They did a Facebook poll and about 15,600 people responded to this question, will you drink from the tap? Amazingly, 87% of respondents said they will not drink from the tap. But there was this 13% of people who said, no, nothing wrong, I will drink straight from the tap. But before you make your decision, let's first evaluate, how does water actually come to your tap? Have you ever wondered, you just go to your faucet, you just turn it, water comes. Did it come through the wall? No, how did it come? Was it magic? I mean, is a wall? I mean, how did it come? So this is something we as medical doctors, when I was a medical student, we actually go and visit the water treatment plants, okay? And the water treatment plant system in Malaysia, Australia, UK, and even US, they call it this municipal water treatment system. The water treatment system that governments in these countries use is called the municipal water treatment system. Of course, some countries like, like in Arab and all, they actually use desalination. They take seawater, remove the salt, and they go through a process. But Malaysia, we use the system called the municipal water treatment system. So how does this system work? Very simple. First, you need raw water from either lakes or rivers. So you need the water to be as clean as possible. That means somewhere near the waterfalls up in the mountains, or you have a lake somewhere. And we need this water to be uncontaminated. That means there's no factories or anything. So this water is raw water. Just you may just have organic stuff floating, leaves, dead branches, which is okay. So this water will be taken into the municipal water treatment system, and the first thing they do is they add coagulant. What is a coagulant? Something they mix, like blood coagulant makes your blood clot, correct? So a coagulant is something that makes all the things that are sedimented in this raw water, this like say water from the river, and it will settle. So the next part is you have sedimentation, where whatever that has been made to come together is allowed to settle, so the water becomes more clarified. And after that, the water is passed through many layers of sand. Okay, as you can see, the water passes through many layers of sand filter, as you can see the illustration. So, and the water becomes actually very clear because all the sediments and all the dead leaves and all the silt and everything is removed. And the last part, where you can see the disinfection part, they put chlorine gas. Okay, yes, they use chlorine gas. Chlorine is a very powerful oxidant, okay? They use chlorine gas, infuse the water with chlorine, and why? We want to kill all the bacteria and viruses because river water will have bacteria, viruses, parasites and all that. And after that, this water is channeled to your home, okay? And you open the tap, you get it. So my question to you is, do you think your tap water is 100% pure? That is the question. Yes, the government did a great job purifying it. But we got a problem. Problem number one, contaminated water source. Today is not 1900. Today is 2021. Our water source has been contaminated. The municipal water treatment system is perfect for the perfect situation where your rivers and lakes are not contaminated. The problem today is most water treatment plants are located downstream from housing and industrial regions before the water is taken in for filtration. Here is a Google map of the Langat 2 water treatment plant. Okay? If you zoom out, you will see that the Langat 2 plant is downstream. And we can see up to, it is the intake point of the water is after all the housing development. So what is going to happen? The water that is taken in to the water treatment plant is already contaminated. And the municipal water treatment system cannot handle any contamination except natural raw water in the river. That means, but any industrial pollution, it can't remove the contaminant. That is why we have frequent water disruption in Malaysia. I always ask people, if our municipal water treatment plant can do what it's supposed to do, why do we have water disruption when a factory dumps some chemicals into the river? Technically, if the water treatment system is so good, they can dump anything and the water will still come up pure. No. The system cannot handle any industrial pollution. That's why whenever somebody dumps diesel or anything, they shut down the plant because they detect something coming in that the system cannot remove. because the water has to be perfect before it can be purified. And this is the state of our rivers. There's hydraulic fluid contamination, construction debris, okay? And then this is Sungai Selangor, where look at the load of rubbish, And this is a reality. And this is another condition is where the newspaper says landfill leachate leaked into river. What is leachate? Leachate is when they have a landfill with rubbish, the water that is contaminated, the rainwater that seeps through this, or let's say the rubbish juice, they call it leachate, this leaks into the river. And this is the water that is going to be filtered, okay? Another feature showing contamination. And this was a news on Johor. Water hit by ammonia pollution again. And when it hits, they have to stop the water treatment plant. And here is about methane poisoning, illegal wastewater dumping in Johor, arsenic found in Sungai Rui in Perak. This is common occurrence. And this is another newspaper article talking about loads of rubbish clogging up Malaysian rivers. And this is exactly the water they are trying to treat. And not only that, you also have industrial waste. There's a lot of factories and they dump water into the river. If you look at Sungai Semenyih Dam, it's pristine. The water is totally pristine. Okay, this is from Google Earth. Even I've been there. I've taken my drone, I've taken photograph. The water is fantastic. There's even a waterfall there. But what happens is, the Sungai Semenyih water treatment plant is not beside the dam. I will illustrate. If you can see where the Sungai Semenyih Dam is and where the water treatment plant is, you'll be surprised. As you can see illustrated on the Google map, you can see STT Precision and all these factories there. So there's actually factory area downstream. And this was an article in news that shows that the river Sungai Semenyih has got contaminated as it passed through this industrial area. Okay, and it talks about special task force to solve Semenyih pollution. The factories are alongside the river and the water intake point is downstream to that. So if you look at the map, where is the Sungai Semenyih water treatment plant from the Semenyih Dam? It's actually 55 kilometers away, downstream, and is located in Putrajaya. So the Sungai Semenyih water treatment plant is actually located in Putrajaya. A lot of people think it is located in Semenyih. No, it is located in Putrajaya. The dam is 55 kilometers away. The water has to travel through the river and the intake point is in Putrajaya. So don't you think this is a hazardous 55 km route for water than for you to purify it? Okay, let's say the system is so good that it can purify it. Next, the water has to be stored. The water has to be stored somewhere, correct? So we got problem number 2. There's post-filtration contamination. Whether they store it in an overhead tank or these big reservoirs. And look at the pipes that I have on the chart. These pipes are all rusty and contaminated. And sometimes people have construction. What they do when there's a construction nearby your home, they reconnect or they disrupt the pipe and then suddenly you get brown water in your tap, correct? So there's post-filtration contamination. Okay? So I want to illustrate to you water quality in Selangor. I've helped people install eSpring water treatment system. And of course, when time for you to change it, the electronic monitor will beep. And this is Taman Duta water quality. As you can see, what is white, the filter is the brand new filter, which I'm going to change. And then the one that is brown and looks murky, that is the water that is coming from the tap. Okay? And this is in Petaling Jaya. So if you live in Petaling Jaya, this is the quality of water. I don't know whether it's brown or it's black. But can you imagine this going into your body? And your kidney has to process this. Okay? And this was the inner chamber of the eSpring. It looked like kopi O, totally black. And this was water filter I was changing in Mon Kiara. The water filter that was clogged was black. It was black. It's incredible. And this is in Bandar Sunway. It looks like some gooey gel black stuff. I don't know what is it. Okay, we can do some scientific analysis. But this is the water that is coming. Okay, And my friend who changed it actually just rubbed his finger. Technically, you can apply mascara. You know, an RTC we have mascara, but technically you can use it as mascara. But friends, this is the water that is coming through your tap. Okay? And I tell people, I think smoking is not too bad. Because both of it, you're going to get toxin in your body. Okay? So, tap water, unfiltered, with the right system, is a toxin. So a lot of my friends ask me now, you know, what should I do? You know, I mean, there's so many things. You know, I mean, today now they got magnetic water, they got molecular water, they got hydrogen water, they got all kinds of things except through water. I tell you, out there the marketing is incredible. Today I won't have the time to go through everything, but I will focus on two systems of water that is very commonly used in Malaysia. One is RO water, one is alkaline water. I won't have time to go through the molecular water and everything, but there's these two. Okay, because 90% of people use this. I call this the science fiction of water. Okay, number one, I tell people the myths of alkaline water, and the proponents of alkaline water frighten their to-be buyers and say, hey, you know, you get cancer. Why you get cancer is because your blood is acidic. Or they know somebody's family or relatives that has cancer, and they say, oh, you know why your relative or your uncle, your father has cancer? Because his blood is acidic. So they tell them, oh, this machine can make the water alkaline, you know, it will neutralize, and all these stories they'll tell them. And you know what people buy? And these systems are very expensive, 14 to 15,000 ringgit, okay? But I just ask you one, you know, if these people come to me, I just ask them one question. I say, what's the pH of your blood? The pH of our blood is very, very precise, between 7.35 and 7.45. This is necessary for life. If your pH is acidic, you will drop dead because no enzymes will function in your body. The reason your body has to maintain your pH at 7.35 to 7.45 because that is the pH your enzymes all will function. That is the pH of life. If you alter this, the patient will die. So there's no way a cancer patient even has acidic blood. It's impossible because he'll be dead. And even if they got cancer, their pH is 7.35 to 7.45. So that's a big lie. Number two, ask people, why do you drink alkaline water? Okay? Why do you need to make the pH of the water 8 and 9 an abnormal pH? True water is very, very slightly alkaline because of the presence of bicarbonates. Okay? But the stomach, our pH is 1.5 to 3.5. Why is our stomach acidic? For a very good reason. Because the stomach is acidic because we want to kill bacteria and viruses. Correct? So if now you drink alkaline water, what happens to the pH of your stomach? You actually neutralize or change the pH of your stomach. You're trying to be smart. Okay? And when you alter the pH of your stomach, you let bad bacteria through. So you're going to have bowel disturbance, digestion disturbance and all. So I tell people the very fact the pH of my stomach is 1.5 to 3.5, I'm not going to alter it by drinking alkaline water. And here was a report in US just recently, about 3 weeks ago. Okay, 5 kids hospitalized with liver failure. Liver failure after drinking ionized or alkaline water. And this was published by the US Food and Drug Authority, investigation of acute non-viral hepatitis due to a brand of alkaline water. So alkaline water can harm your health. Okay, and this is just another illustration of it. Okay, so another famous water that people drink in Malaysia, like everywhere you go, is RO water. I call RO water battery water because it's empty water. RO is a very good system to filter water for industrial use. Okay, it has a semi-permeable membrane, and then under pressure, you pass the water through that semi-permeable membrane, and then you get water without all the salts. Okay, but there's certain disadvantages. Number one, it requires high water pressure. It's inefficient because it wastes water, and then it removes all the beneficial minerals that your body needs, and is not effective against chlorine because chlorine will damage the RO semi-permeable membrane, and over time the membrane will fail and is not effective against bacteria and viruses. So RO water is not good. Even WHO says health risks from drinking demineralized water. If you drink water without mineral, which is RO water, you have a lot of health risks, okay? And studies have also shown that association of vitamin B12 deficiency and use of reverse osmosis processed water for drinking. Okay, and this article states, so the study shows if you drink RO water, you can have B12 deficiency. Okay, this you can do further research. So now let's look at contamination in our water. Contaminations can be divided into three main areas: particulates, chemical, and microbiological. So for me, I tell people, if you want to buy a water treatment system to purify water for your house, make sure your system can remove the particulates, the chemical, and the microbiological contaminants. But to make it simple, I will choose top 4 contaminants that you have to remove because they cause a lot of ill health, okay? So what are the top 4 contaminants that your water treatment system have to remove? Lead and mercury. Lead and mercury is a very common contaminant of water, okay? A lot of old pipes are made out of lead. Next is chlorine. Chlorine is added to our water. Chlorine is a carcinogen, cancer-causing agent. And then the pathogens, that means all the bacteria, viruses, and parasites. So for me, very simple. Can your system, whatever system you're using, can it remove lead? Can it remove mercury? Can it remove chlorine? And can it remove the bacteria, viruses, and parasites? Okay, here's an article that talks about lead pipes. And this is the US, how lead pipes can actually leach lead into the water and cause health effects. And lead is hazardous to health as it accumulates in the body and affects the central nervous system. And children and pregnant women are most at risk of lead exposure. And here's an article from American Heart Journal. It talks about metal pollutants and cardiovascular disease. That means you can even worsen your heart condition or get heart conditions because of exposure to heavy metals. And here's another study that shows toxic metal pollution linked to ASD, autism spectrum disorders. Today, the rate of autism is 1 in 59 children. 1 out of 59 children will have autism. But in 1970, 1 in 10,000 children had autism. Why are there so many autistic children today? What changed? Gravity? So there's something changed in our environment, the water we drink, the food, okay? So scientists have observed increased lead and mercury levels in association with selenium deficiency in red blood cells of children with ASD, autism spectrum disorder. And a Korean study showed a clear link between exposure to mercury in early childhood and autistic behavior at the age of 5. That's why most children who become autistic or later diagnosed with autistic, actually they are born perfect. They're born fantastic. But they develop autism system later, correct? That means something in the environment changed. The question to ask is, what water are they drinking? And here's another article talk about the cancer risk for people who drink chlorinated water. You and I, when we turn our tap, we are drinking UD chlorine, chlorinated water. Is 93% higher than those whose water does not contain chlorine. If I told you, if you cross the road in front of your house, and you have a 93% higher chance of getting hit by a car, will you cross the road? You will not. That means if you drink chlorinated water without proper filtration, removing the chlorine, you are asking for trouble. Okay, and here's a study, talks about case control study of bladder cancer and chlorination byproducts in treated water. This was in Canada because Canada uses the same system as Malaysia. And it talks about these results indicate that the risk of bladder cancer increases with both duration and concentration of exposure to chlorination byproduct. That means the longer you drink tap water, you can boil it, but boiling doesn't remove chlorine, okay? Will give you higher cancer risk. Next, very important is pathogens. A lot of children today, I mean, if I have a clinic, a lot of children will come to me, why? Diarrhea. Okay? Does your water treatment system remove bacteria, viruses, and pathogens? No. They just magnetize, alkalinize, and ionize, and do everything but remove pathogens. I tell people, what is the best way to destroy pathogens, which is bacteria, viruses, and parasites in water? The best way is to use sunlight. Sunlight is the nature's sterilization method. So my question to you is, does your water treatment system have a drop of sunlight in the system? So if you look at eSpring, it has UV light inside the system. So when you turn it on, you are going to sterilize and kill all bacteria viruses. You don't even have to boil the water. So what is true water? True water for me, which is necessary for human body, it should be slightly alkaline. Why? not artificially made alkaline, slightly alkaline because there is the presence of natural minerals like calcium and magnesium. Okay, so if you look natural spring water, there is minerals, and the minerals make the water naturally alkaline. Okay, and the natural spring water will have UV, the UV light from sun to kill the bacteria viruses. Okay, so the same way for me, eSpring produces true water because it doesn't remove the beneficial minerals and it has ultraviolet light to kill the pathogens. So remember the 4 contaminants that I mentioned: lead, mercury, chlorine, and pathogens, bacteria, viruses, and parasites. eSpring removes lead, certified to remove lead, certified to remove mercury, and certified to remove chlorine. And it has UV light that kills 99.99% of bacteria and viruses. And it does not remove the beneficial calcium and magnesium that your body needs. For me, this is the perfect water filter system. And another question that I ask people is your water filter independently certified? There's a lot of people who make claims. You can make any claims in your life, but is your water filter independently certified? eSpring has been awarded 6 NSF certification. NSF's National Sanitation Foundation is the independent body that certifies water treatment systems. And they have given eSpring 6 different certifications. I'll just focus on one. Okay, P473. I don't have to go through all. I'll just focus on P473, which is removal of PFOA and PFOS. Okay, this is the article talking about perfluorinated chemicals. PFOA and PFOS are perfluorinated chemicals, and they are an emerging environmental threat to kidney health. Okay, and PFOAs are called, or PFAS are called, the forever chemicals. They remain in the environment forever, okay? And they cause a lot of health damage. So PFOA and PFAS are man-made chemicals that have been widely used in the manufacturing of many industrial and consumer products such as paper, cardboard, or food packaging, insecticide, electronics, stain repellents, paints, plumbing tape, firefighting foam, and non-stick cooking surfaces. So these chemicals goes into the river and remain in the environment. Exposure to unsafe levels of PFOA and PFAS concentration through drinking water may result in health effects, including development effects of fetuses during pregnancy, cancer, liver effects, immune effects, and thyroid effects. This is well known. But you know, friends, the good news, eSpring is independently certified to remove these substances. Okay? And another thing, these substances, the PFOA and PFAS, can also cause ADHD. Today, you see a lot of children have ADHD. Okay? It can affect the mother when she's pregnant. She can have low birth weight baby, preterm baby, pregnancy complication. And when the child is born, there is reported to have a higher incidence of ADHD. And these substances are also known to reduce kidney function. That means if you are drinking water, I'm sure our water has PFOA and PFOS. Over time, you're going to get kidney disease and reduce kidney function. So the question I ask you is, how much will you pay for a pair of kidneys? You only have one pair. How much will you pay if you need to change a kidney today? It's priceless. Even if someone can give you a kidney, you have to take drugs to suppress immune rejection. And the kidney that you transplanted to you will not last more than 10 years. Take care of your kidney. Take care of your health. If you don't have a good filter in your body, remember the 2 filters I started off in the start? Take care of your 2 main filters and it will take care of you. Today, friends, diseases are caused by poor nutrition and environmental toxins. So for me, if you want good health, I can recommend to you the fundamental trio for your health. Not the foundational trio. The foundational trio is part of the story. What is the fundamental trio? Take care of your 2 filters, your kidney and your lung. So you got the eSpring, you have the atmosphere sky, and the foundational trio, the antioxidants to fight all the bad free radicals. And this is the fundamental trio for you and your family. Friends, the greatest wealth is health. Stay healthy, stay young, and live a National Geographic lifestyle. Please don't go away. The next part, I'm going to share a little bit on how to promote and retail eSpring. And so let's have Noor back on stage.
Oh, wow, really great sharing from Dr. Ignatius just now. Thank you for the sharing for our Amway business owners to understand the importance of True Water with eSpring. Don't go away, as we're not done with Dr. Ignatius yet, yeah? Because he will be sharing again his retailing skills and how to approach and retail the eSpring to new customers. But before that, let's look at the wealth benefits from eSpring. How much in monetary terms do you benefit in retailing eSpring? This topic will be presented by the LGS team, Kelvin. Over to you, Kelvin.
Thank you, Kak Noor. Good evening, leaders. I'm Kelvin from LGS department. I'm here today to share you this Core Plus early incentive, which is designed for ABOs to start earning from the very first sales via customer sales incentive. So in short, we call CSI. So as ABOs steadily build on their business, they can track for higher up. So next up is Bronze Foundation Incentive. We call in short BFI. So how to earn this BFI is when the ABO achieve a minimum of 9% performance bonus level with the BFI structure, they're entitled to earn Bronze Foundation Incentive. So as business progress, the ABOs continue to build on a solid structure and track towards 15% and above. They are entitled to earn Bronze Builder Incentive. In short, we call it BBI with the BBI structure. So when they earn BBI for the very first time, they are entitled to earn the new bronze pin. So as business continue to expand, I believe ABOs will continue to move towards the 21% performance bonus level when they hit 12,500 PV. So here, let me walk you through further and we zoom into CSI earnings, how it relates CSI to the sale of 1 unit eSpring, which comes with 900 PV. So when we have 900 PV, we are at the performance bonus level of 6%. So by retailing this 1 unit eSpring to your registered and verified APC, you are entitled to earn a CSI up to Ringgit Malaysia 136, which is 4% CSI since the ABO is already a 6%. So for CSI earning, it is open to all ABOs who are at 9% or below on the performance bonus schedule and must have verified customer sales. So as a new ABO starting to build their business by self-using of products and sharing the experience with others ABOs, so in the case you are the new ABOs who managed to sponsor 1 new APC and 1 new ABOs in the name of George, through self-using and through sharing of your experience and retailing of this 1 unit of eSpring to your APC and to your ABO respectively. So in this case, you will earn a total of 2,700 PV, which will give you the 9% performance bonus level. So with that, you earn the total performance bonus of Ringgit Malaysia 714. So you will earn an extra 1% since you are at a 9% performance bonus level. This 1% of CSI will be entitled to you to your from the sales to your APC. All right. So in this case, an addition of 34 ringgit to your total earnings monthly. So with that, it comes to a potential income of 748. Okay, if the ABOs continue to expand their business by sponsoring more ABOs and APC in their organization. So in this case, they sponsored by 2 new more ABOs in the names of Lily and Cindy. So they do, and your new downline do replicate your earlier business structure by retailing 1 unit of eSpring to 1 APC and 1 ABOs. So with this example, you recorded a total PV of 6,836 generated throughout the whole organization, which is equivalent to 15% performance bonus level. So in this example structure, you are entitled to earn the BFI and BBI, which in total generate an extra 50% to your monthly earnings. So you will see your core total monthly bonus of 1,899, and with that, you're on track to earn a potential income of totaling 2,848.50, with the additional 50% of BFI and BBI earnings. So to all ABOs out there, what are you waiting for? With this new Core Plus early incentive of CSI, BFI, and BBI, I'm sure all ABOs are eager to earn more, to know more about this Core Plus early incentive. So always feel free to refer to our Amway website, and you can directly approach your upline or come to sales staff for more information on that. So with that, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Calvin, for the great sharing on the wealth benefits. So now you can see how much in monetary benefits that you can get by just retailing the eSpring. And now, especially for all of you who are still here with us, we now have the Learn and Win session. 5 lucky winners will be selected. How do I join the Learn and Win session? Firstly, scan the QR code and answer the questions. First come, first serve, yeah? Whoever answers the question correctly and the fastest, all right? No repeat answers will be entertained. Winners will be notified the next day via SMS. And what is the lucky prize? A beautiful container awaits you. So, cepat-cepat answer the questions. Siapa cepat, dia dapat. For the moment we have been waiting for, a one-to-one session with Amway Executive Diamond, Dr. Ignatius, on how to date he has successfully retailed the eSpring. What are his techniques? And tonight, he has humbly willing to share with us. So let's go. Jom. And now is the moment we've been waiting for, a one-to-one session with Dr. Ignatius, yeah? Wow, Dr. Ignatius, your sharing was really fantastic. I'm sure a lot of our Amway business owners would have learned a lot of things from you. I mean, I've learned a lot of things from you, from your presentation just now. And definitely, I'm not going to drink from the tap, but I also got eSpring lah. So make sure you all as well, after the explanation from Dr. Ignatius, yeah, get one eSpring, yeah, doctor?
Maybe you need to pause the program so they got time to buy the eSpring and come back.
Yeah, that's a good
Jangan tukar channel.
Jangan tukar channel. We wait 5 minutes. Okay, go and online
okay.
is to get the eSpring. So, doctor, I mean, today, you're humbly being here with us, sharing your expertise, on eSpring, on the health part of eSpring. So now, we want to know, how do you actually approach someone? I think that is one of the issues, or one of the weaknesses, from our ABOs, when they want to approach a person to actually buy a eSpring, because it's quite high ticket item, yeah. So how do you do that?
I think if you go with the mindset, I need to sell something today, I think then you're going to put a lot of extra pressure on yourself. For me, it's our business is a people business. It's relational. That means you have a network of family and friends. And I think first, the most important thing is, how about you? Do you have a wellness mindset? Do you take your supplements? Are you drinking the eSpring water? If you are already doing that, then the rest of the part is easy, because when you talk to people, what you talk will be an outflow of what you're already doing. So for example, when I meet people, let's say I meet you now, and then when you talk to people, after they talk about the weather, they talk about the traffic jam, they will suddenly end up talking about health. Whether you're a doctor or not, they'll say, if you talk to them, hey, how are you? Oh, last week I had migraine. Oh, my kids fell sick, I had to take them. Oh, my mother-in-law not doing so. So somehow the topic will come to something related to health. Oh, COVID-19, anything. And this is when I take it as an opportunity to open the topic. So for example, let's say somebody just says, oh, my kids have been falling sick or something. Then I just look at them, hey, no, by the way, what water do you drink at home? So let's say the person say got tummy problem. I say, no, what water do you drink at home? Or let's say the person says, I'm always feeling tired. I say, what? You can bring up the topic of water, because water, 70% of body is water. So when I ask them the question, it's like, what water do you drink? I mean, it's like, but it makes them think. Then they say, oh, I just boil water, or I use this system, that system. Then I can come into the topic already. Oh, I say, oh, no, you're using RO water. Do you know there's some health effects, negative health effects? So I bring up the topic like what I discussed earlier. So you need to be natural, and sometimes it's not you close sale in one, because some people have already paid for it. Maybe they bought it last year or last year. So they're not going to change. So those people have already have a system. I tell them, oh no, you already have an RO system. I say, it's okay. You thought of a family, so you bought it, but you didn't know that this is not for human consumption. RO water is distilled water. So why not use it for washing your vegetables and your food that you're preparing? But for drinking water, you can invest in an eSpring, because then you're assured what you're taking has the beneficial minerals, or the pathogens are removed, there's no chlorine, there's no lead. So either like people got 2-3 cars at home. So what's wrong with having 2 different systems? So that way I find a win-win. I won't tell them, oh no, you need to sell this, that's very bad. Don't condemn the choices people have made. Correct. We say, we respect, it's good, no, you bought, but actually, do you know this is not the best? So that's how we don't have to make a sale by making somebody else's product bad. Yeah. We just create the awareness why I drink this, why I recommend this.
Yeah, because we in Amway also, we don't recommend to actually say something bad to another company or to another brand. I mean, we always want to say the good features, the benefits of having taking supplements or even taking the eSpring from Amway. But is there like an icebreaker, when you want to start a conversation about eSpring? Is there some tips or some icebreaker? How do you actually first start off with introducing eSpring into them?
Most of the time when I talk to people, I will talk about nutrition. So let's say we talk about, say, antioxidants or protein or what. So let's say somebody wants, now with COVID-19, they want like vitamin C and the immune boosters. Then I say, hey, no, you wanted the vitamin C and garlic and for your immune system. I said, by the way, hey, what water do you drink at home? Because I'm trying to say that nutrition and water is related. So I said, no, if you take all these antioxidant, but your water is sort of toxic, it sort of negates whatever you're doing. It's correct, like, so when we talk nutrition, we should actually talk water, because it's one, it's not 2 separate entity,
Correct.
So it's because it's a wellness mindset. And those people who go into nutrition, it's easier to talk water. And after you talk water, you can talk atmosphere, because they already have the wellness mindset.
And also you mentioned in your presentation, we have 2 filters.
We
have the lungs and we also have the kidneys. So you need our Amway filters, and eSpring to filter.
To protect your 2 filter. I say, if you don't have these 2 filter, then the lung is the atmosphere and your kidney is eSpring.
True.
But you can't change a cartridge.
Correct. I think we have to create that kind of awareness to everyone, because sometimes we take our body for granted.
Yes. We think we are Iron Man, but Iron Man in the last show didn't make it.
Yeah, he died. True. So, I think one of the ways of retailing the eSpring is to create the awareness, wellness awareness that you mentioned just now.
And then if you are using the eSpring, you will notice your skin is also better. And people notice you're different. I had one customer, he used the eSpring. So when he went back home, the mother said, "Why is your skin clearer?" The mother noticed, and people around them will notice. Sometimes they don't notice because they can't see, but other people notice you're looking more fresh, your skin is nicer, because a lot of skin conditions actually is affected by the water. And I've already shown the junk that we have, like, you only can apply mascara, it's so scary,
True. But actually, through my experience itself, personal experience, my daughter, she doesn't have good skin like me lah. Okay,
Okay.
want to action here a bit lah. Okay, but so what I asked her to do is actually to wash off her makeup or cleanser with eSpring water.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then within a month, her pimples all cleared. It was very, very good because our water is very clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So this is from the horse's mouth, yeah? Okay. All right. So really fantastic about the health. Now, let's talk about, I'm sure a lot of ABO says, very difficult also to sell because of the price.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very important consideration.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it this way. I don't think so it's a price issue. It's a priority issue. If, let's say somebody in your family got admitted today and you'll do a bypass surgery and you need $50,000, somehow money will come out from under the bantal or under the selimut, money will come out because it's a priority. So, but the reason people don't put a priority is because it's important, but it's not urgent. We only will spend money for urgent things. Oh, tire punctured, you need car breakdown. But this is very important, but it's not urgent because you can't see the state of a kidney. But this is where we need to teach people that, I always tell people, if you're going to buy something, might as well buy it early and enjoy the rest of your life.
Correct.
You see, like the study earlier, the news, they did a poll. 87% of people say they won't drink straight from the tap. But doesn't mean they got a filter. They just know, if you talk to anybody, a lay person, they know the water is not good. They know. That's why they'll buy bottled water and all that. Nobody goes to a tap, open the tap and drink water. Anyway, people do that, it's like, where did it come from,
Yeah.
But they haven't invested in. So, but for me, when I talk to people, I tell them, you think about it, you buy a TV, 6,000 ringgit LCD TV, you buy a fridge, it will last you 10 years, 15 years, correct?
Yep.
So I say you buy eSpring once, it will last you 10 to 15 years. So when you prorate the cost, it's like 200-300 ringgit a month. I mean, per annum.
Yeah, per annum.
And I say it will take care, if you got 5 people in the house, it takes care of 10 kidneys. What's the price of 10 kidneys?
Correct.
So I think, like people buy a smartphone, 5,000-6,000 ringgit, but after 2 years, they'll upgrade. I say eSpring, you buy once, you enjoy. So I think it's not a price thing, it's a priority thing. So when you can tell them, hey, this is not like you're buying mangoes. You're buying something like you're buying a product you invest for the next 10 years. It's the cost over 10 years. Same with our skincare. When I take people to the RTC section, I tell them this cleanser will last you 6 months. Because they're always thinking, wow, 200 ringgit or 150 ringgit. But I say 6 months, 20 ringgit a month. So when you break it down like that, and then now we got the ZIPP program and things like that, it's 280 ringgit. I mean, you go for a dinner outside, 200 ringgit.
True. Yeah, and Amway is actually assisting you also to have a healthier life.
Yes.
I mean, in that sense. Yeah, because I think people don't actually look at benefits that they can't see.
Yes.
They want something that they are able to see.
No, they want to buy things to impress other people. But I say impress yourself. If you are healthy, people impress, wow, your skin is good. But people can't see why you look good, because when you take supplements, people can't see. But when you look younger, you look healthier, that is more impressive than buying a new car. Why you buy a new car and your skin got eczema? I mean, correct? Because people buy things with money they don't have, because they put on credit, to impress people they don't like. That's what they say. But you buy things to take care of health, and that is more impressive. When you look younger, you look healthier, that is the most important thing.
Yeah, and being healthy, money cannot buy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, So make sure, everyone, after today's presentation, I mean, you look at the health part, and you also have looked at the wealth part of retailing eSpring, so do not procrastinate. Quickly go and buy,
Be you be the best customer. You just have to influence yourself, convince your family around you, and that will create a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Because when, let's say, your families have it, your sisters and your brothers have it in the house, when people come, actually when you drink eSpring water, you notice the taste.
Mm.
The taste is different. If you drink boiled water, it tastes heavy metal. It tastes metallic.
Yeah.
Actually, if you use an aluminium kettle, you're getting aluminium in your brain. You can get Alzheimer's.
Oh, yeah.
But when you, yes, exactly.
Scary, yeah.
Yes. But when you drink eSpring and you drink the RO water, the taste is different. People will tell me the taste is different. I got people who got both system. They got the RO system. Then I recommend the eSpring. They got side by side. So this is Cuci Sayo.
Mm.
But minimum they drink this, and they can say the taste is totally different.
Mm.
So the aesthetic difference, they will notice. So, but first you be the best customer.
Actually, what they always say, be a product of the product.
Yes.
Yeah, be a
Then you
product.
can share testimonies. I got, maybe we finish up. There's one family that I know. Always the children, Doremi, will have diarrhea, fall sick. The moment they started on supplement and went on eSpring, children never fall sick.
Mm.
Actually, you'll notice the difference. If you have children, you will notice they're getting tummy problem, they're having diarrhea. It's coming from the water. Hardly from cook food to kill the bacteria.
Yeah.
It's the water. And then when you send them home, send them to school, pack water from home.
Mm.
Make it as a habit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I like the part where you're telling me it's not only we can taste the difference, of the taste of eSpring water, but you're telling me about the story about the dog.
yeah.
must
I'll
share
tell you,
this.
my brother-in-law has this like cute little dog. Okay, so when he sends it to his in-laws' house or what, the dog, and if say somebody wants to give the dog water and they take tap water, the dog won't drink. So they have to prepare a container, pour eSpring, and the dog will drink eSpring water.
So you see, not only us can recognize
The dog is so discerning.
Yeah, even animals can also taste the difference of eSpring water and tap water.
Tap water.
They also worry about the kidney. All right. So this is really a really good sharing this evening, yeah, Dr. Ignatius. And
Thank
I
you.
would like to say again, thank you very much for your humbly sharing on
you.
the health and also on the wealth part and also on how to retail eSpring. Okay, we have come to the end of the session for this evening. Thank you very much for still being here with us. Yeah. And thank you, Dr. Ignatius, again, for
Thank you,
sharing
thank
again.
you.
Okay.
Thank you for
See
joining us.
all. Stay safe. Drink eSpring water. for-
Stay healthy, stay young, and live a National Geographic lifestyle.
Yes, and health and wealth. Bye.